Today we're diving into the wild world of psychology and memory. Psychology is all about understanding how our minds work. Memory is how we store and recall information, like a mental filing cabinet. Sometimes our memory can be a bit of a troublemaker. So, let's get started on this memory adventure, shall we? Alright, let's talk about mnemonics. Mnemonics are clever tricks to help us remember things better. They work by linking new information to things we already know. Using mnemonics can make learning and remembering a whole lot easier and more fun. So, let's dive into some specific types of mnemonics and see how they can help supercharge your memory. Now let's tackle acronyms. An acronym is a word formed from the first letters of a series of words. Acronyms are fantastic for remembering lists or sequences of things. One famous acronym is Roy G. Biv for the colors of the rainbow. With acronyms, you can turn any list of information into a memorable word or phrase. Moving on to acrostics. An acrostic is a phrase where the first letter of each word represents something you're trying to remember. Acrostics are brilliant for remembering sequences or lists in a specific order. One famous acrostic is, "Every good boy deserves fruit" for the lines of the treble clef in music. With acrostics, learning becomes an adventure in wordplay. Another mnemonic technique is the method of Loci, a walk down memory lane through multiple locations. This ancient technique has been used for centuries to enhance memory and recall. The method of Loci, also known as the memory palace technique, is like creating a mental map of memories. Imagine your mind as a vast, intricate palace where each room holds a different piece of information. The idea is to associate pieces of information with specific locations in a place you know well. This could be your home, a favorite park, or even a route you take daily. Here's how it works. Choose a familiar location, then mentally place the items you want to remember at specific points along this route. For example, you might place a grocery list item in each room of your house. When you need to recall the information, take a mental stroll through your chosen location. Visualize yourself walking through each room or along the path, picking up the items as you go. This technique works because our brains are great at remembering spatial information. Studies have shown that spatial memory is deeply ingrained in our cognitive processes. The method of Loci is especially useful for remembering long lists or sequences of information. It can be a powerful tool for students, professionals, or anyone looking to improve their memory. It turns remembering into a vivid, imaginative journey through your own mental landscape. By engaging your imagination, you make the information more memorable and easier to recall. So next time you need to remember something important, try taking a walk down memory lane with the method of Loci. You might be surprised at how effective it can be. Storytelling, weaving memories into tales. Storytelling is all about weaving the information you want to remember into a narrative. It's an ancient art that has been used for centuries to pass down knowledge, traditions, and wisdom from one generation to the next. The power of storytelling lies in its ability to create connections between pieces of information. When we tell a story, we link facts and details in a way that makes them more memorable and meaningful. Our brains are naturally wired to remember stories better than lists of facts. This is because stories engage multiple parts of our brain, including those responsible for emotions, sensory experiences, and memory. Here's how you might use storytelling to remember something. Start by creating a vivid and detailed narrative that incorporates the information you need to recall. For example, create a story about a space explorer visiting the planets in order from the Sun. Imagine the sights, sounds, and experiences of each planet to make the story come alive. The beauty of the storytelling technique is that it's incredibly flexible. You can adapt it to fit any subject or type of information you need to remember. You can use it for almost anything you need to remember, from historical dates and scientific concepts to grocery lists and daily tasks. The more vivid and engaging you make your story, the easier it will be to recall later. Use props, gestures, and expressive language to bring your narrative to life. It's like how many people remember their adventures when traveling. Each one is a story filled with excitement, danger, and perhaps amazing animals. These stories are etched in our memories because they are rich with detail and emotion. So next time you need to remember something, try turning it into a tale. Whether it's a mundane task or an important piece of information, storytelling can make it more memorable and enjoyable. Songs. Singing your way to remembering. Songs have been used for centuries to pass down information. Our brains are wired to remember music and lyrics much better than plain old facts. The magic of songs as mnemonics lies in their combination of rhythm, rhyme, and melody. You've probably used song mnemonics without even realizing it. Remember learning the alphabet? Chances are you learned it to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The best part about song mnemonics is that you can create your own for anything you need to remember. So next time you're struggling to remember something, why not try putting it to music? Putting it all together. This is where all the pieces come together, and we see how these techniques can be applied in various scenarios. Let's dive into some examples of how to use these mnemonic techniques in real life. These methods can be incredibly versatile and can be adapted to fit different needs and situations. For acronyms, use NREM for non-rapid eye movement sleep stages. This simple acronym can help you recall the different stages of sleep effortlessly. For acrostics, remember a simplified version of the scientific method as statement, hypothesis, experiment, observation, analysis, and conclusion, with silly Harry eats oranges after cooking. Each word stands for a step in the process, making it easier to remember. For the method of Loci, place grocery items in different rooms of your house. Imagine walking through your home and seeing each item in a specific location. For storytelling, create a story about a water droplet named Dewey to remember the water cycle. Dewey's journey through evaporation, condensation, and precipitation can make the cycle memorable. For songs, think about the classic head, shoulders, knees, and toes song. Songs can be catchy and stick in your mind, making them a powerful mnemonic tool. The key to making mnemonics work is to use the technique that feels most natural to you. Whether it's acronyms, acrostics, locations, storytelling, songs, or many other techniques, find what resonates with you. Find your mnemonic strength and run with it. Confidence in your chosen method will enhance your ability to recall information. Learning doesn't have to be a chore. With mnemonics, it can be as exciting as a new adventure. Embrace these techniques and transform your learning experience into something enjoyable and effective. The power of mnemonics. Wrapping it up. We've been on quite the memory journey, haven't we? Mnemonics make learning more engaging and fun. The more novel, for example, unusual or silly, you make your ways of remembering information and personal to you, the better. They help you create meaningful connections between pieces of information. Mnemonics tap into the way our brains naturally work. They can give you a greater sense of control over your learning. Instead of feeling overwhelmed,
Till next time, keep wondering, keep learning.
Want to rise to your full potential in your studies and revise like a boss? You can trust Study Guide today to have you covered. Subscribe to this channel and see our website linked in the description of this video to see revision articles to maximize your study gains.